So earlier I was thinking how people have talked about the Trump card, what's Trump's card? And I was thinking earlier today after realizing, the Kennedy, that the fake phony Camelot false royal family that's been pushed on America because, the Britain and Europe and they all wanted to push that on us and make our identity mirror theirs. I realized, but Trump's card in all of this is that, well, he is royalty. And then I saw that he posted this. Yeah, he posted this earlier today. King Charles makes a secret offer to Donald Trump. Yeah, I think he did this during his first term too. So see, the thing is that Donald Trump has a legitimate claim to the throne of England. I don't think that's what he's after. Again, Donald Trump was born and raised in America with, he loves America. But that said, when you click on this article, it brings you to this. The Trump card. King Charles to make secret offer to Donald Trump during state visit after Starmer hand-delivered letter from the king. And that's why the Trump card will be this. That's why I say he has a legitimacy to the throne of England. Again, I don't believe that's what he's after, because I think he knows that, that's the very thing. America's identity was the opposite of that crap. But that said, that's a big deal, the legitimacy, and there's been questionable illegitimacies through the royal line. So Mary Queen of Scots, who he's related to, had a rightful, many people believe she should have been the successor to the throne. When Queen Elizabeth I died, they gave it to King James VI of Scotland, and he became the first King James of England. That was the first King James of England. Okay, so, and Mary Queen of Scots was the mother of King James I. Okay, so many people say that King James I, had his mother killed. No, he barely knew her. Okay, did he fight very hard for her to be, kept alive? No, but again, he barely knew her because he was Protestant and she was Catholic, and so that's where all this big old mess came into. And what should really be disgusting to Americans is there's not one podcaster, there's not one media, no, even Fox News to this day that will tell you about Trump's genealogy to royalty. Why? Why? They love to tell you how, oh, the Kennedys this, the Kennedys that. Yeah, well, they're not a legitimate to anything. Except that they were, JFK was doing the bidding for the crown, because he aligned with that vision that was not America's vision. So the royals know who Donald Trump is. And again, this genealogy was done in 2017 by Iceland. When you look into who's the best people to do your genealogy done by, it's Iceland. They do the most accurate. They're the ones that did this. So all of this goes to this whole legitimacy, illegitimacy, and back, there were claims of illegitimacy in the context of the English monarchy, primarily that revolved around a few figures and events, such as Henry VIII's marriages. The legitimacy of some of Henry VIII's children was questioned due to the circumstances of this marriage, of his marriages and divorces. For example, the marriage of Anne Boleyn was declared invalid by the Catholic Church, which led to the establishment of the Church of England, which was the problem with so many things. This created disputes over the legitimacy of their daughter, Elizabeth I, although she was ultimately recognized as a legitimate queen. But many people say, no, it should have been Mary Queen of Scots, because she came from a legitimate line. But as it said, it was ultimately recognized as legitimate. Mary Queen of Scots there were claims regarding the legitimacy of Mary, Queen of Scots, particularly concerning her marriage to Henry Stuart, Lord Darnley. Some argued that her claim to the English throne was weakened by her tumultuous reign and her Catholic faith, which was viewed unfavorably by Protestant England. The legitimacy of the Tudor line itself was sometimes questioned, particularly regarding claims of Henry VIII's children. For instance, the legitimacy of Henry's marriage to Catherine of Aragon was challenged after the Pope refused to annul it, leading to the establishment of the Church of England. After Elizabeth I's death in 1603, there were debates about the rightful heir. While James VI of Scotland was recognized as the legitimate heir, some factions supported other claimants, such as those descended from the Plantagenets or other branches of the royal family. I didn't know what the Plantagenets are. This was a royal dynasty that ruled England from the 12th to the 15th centuries. That dynasty began with Henry II, who became the king in 1154, and included notable monarchs such as Richard the Lionheart, King John, who signed the Magna Carta, and Edward III. The Plantagenets are known for their significant contributions to English history, including the establishment of common law, the expansion of the English territory, and the conflicts of the War of the Roses, which ultimately led to the rise of the Tudor dynasty. So, this is everything that all of this all goes back to is ultimately, well, why God created America. So, this is what this article says about the Trump card. It says plans are allegedly in the works to make the USA the next associate member of the Commonwealth. Oh. The International Association, which currently boasts 56 states, could welcome the U.S. as a new member. Oh, but do we want to be? I don't know. You know, like I think back 15, 20 years ago when I would always hear the French, because, you know, Europe and Britain, they have that alliance always, and they look down on Americans. They look at us as we're like the black sheep stepchild, you know? But I remember how the French were saying, oh, those Americans, they work all those hours. We only work 4 hours. Well, that's easy to do when you're, you know, everybody around the world is stealing money from the Americans, isn't it? Yeah, nice. It says here, in February, a tariff war, as we know, began with the U.S. and Canada, with Trump signing orders to impose near universal tariffs on goods from Canada entering the United States. The U.S. president revealed Canada could avoid these by becoming a 51st state, correct? Yeah, but see, Canada, which the king is head of state, yes, the king of England, is part of the Commonwealth of Nations, and including America may dampen the current conflict. Suggestions for the U.S. to join the Commonwealth were first made during Trump's first stint in the White House by the Royal Commonwealth Society with the blessing of Queen Elizabeth. Now in the second term of office, the offer has been made again, with members of the society crossing their fingers for the king to extend an invitation to Trump upon their meeting. It would be a wonderful move that would symbolize Britain's close relationship with the U.S. Donald Trump loves Britain and has great respect for the royal family, so we believe he would see the benefits to this. Really, I don't know. I mean, he does love the Brits. You have to separate the royal and the elite there from the people. Whenever I talk about these countries, I'm talking about their elitism stuff. Trump does, of course, love. I mean, his lineage goes back to all that, but that is his card to play. And I think really he just wants peace, and I think he gives people the opportunity to save face. He doesn't want to have to embarrass somebody, but he does have a card to play here because, well, he's a legitimate heir to that throne too, actually. But I don't think that's what he's going after. Again, he knows how America was founded. And even though England and Europe look down on us Americans, well, God raised us up for a reason because, well, he wanted new warriors.